Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about factoring polynomials completely. Let's take a look. So when factoring a polynomial, you always want to first check if you can factor out the greatest common factor. You can factor that out, and then you're going to see if you can factor more. You're going to then check to see if you have the difference of two squares or a trinomial. So let's take a look at these. So the first thing I always want to look for is a greatest common factor. And I'm noticing that in this first one, the greatest common factor is 2. I'm going to factor out a 2. And I'm left with a squared plus 5a plus 6. Now I'm going to see if I can factor a squared plus 5a plus 6. Remember, I'm looking for factors of 6 that add to 5. So factors of 6 that add to 5, I know there's 6 and 1. Well, they'll add to 7, but there's also 2 and 3. 2 and 3 add to 5, so those are the factors that we need. So we have to do the a squared factors a and a. And then it's a positive 2, so plus 2, and positive 3, so plus 3. So that is fully factored. We can always check by re-multiplying it. So I could do a times a, well, that's a squared. A times 3, that's 3a. 2 times a is 2a. And 2 times 3 is 6. Keeping in mind we still have that 2 on the outside. Then we combine like terms, 2a plus 3a is 5a, so this is going to become 2 times a squared plus 5a plus 6, which then when you redistribute the 2, it's 2a squared plus 10a plus 12. So we did get back to our original, so we know we factored it correctly. Let's take a look at b here. We have 81 minus 9x squared. I'm looking for a greatest common factor, and that's going to be 9. So 9, now I have the parentheses, 81 divided by 9 is 9, and minus 9 divided by 9 is 1, so x squared. Okay, so now I'm going to see if I can factor this more. I notice that's the difference of 2 squareds. So I'm going to make my 2 parentheses. The square root of 9 is 3, so I'm going to write a 3 and a 3. Now remember, with the difference of 2 squares, you do 1 plus sign, 1 minus sign, and then the square root of x squared is x and x. So I have 9 multiplied by 3 plus x multiplied by 3 minus x. And let's take a look at this third one. We have 2x squared minus 4x plus 2. Notice there's a greatest common factor of 2. And I'm left with x squared minus 2x plus 1. So now I'm looking for factors of 2 that, or factors of 1, sorry, that add to negative 2. So I know the factors of 1 that adds negative 2 are negative 1 and negative 1. So x minus 1, x minus 1, because negative 1 times negative 1 is a positive 1, and negative 1 plus negative 1 is a negative 2. Let's look at a few more. Sometimes there may not be a common factor, but the problem still requires you to more than one step. So remember always to check if you can factor more. So here we have m to the 4th minus 16. So I'm going to factor that. I know that's the difference of 2 squares, so to m squared and m squared. Now the minus 16 factors to plus 4 and minus 4. M squared plus 4 is not the difference of 2 squares because it has that plus sign, so that cannot be factored. So I'm left with m squared plus 4. But m squared minus 4 does factor. It factors m plus 2 and m minus 2. Remember, it's the difference of 2 squares, so it only works with subtraction. Okay, let's take a look at B here. So we have 2x minus 128, so I'm going to take out a 2, and I'm left with x to the 4th minus 64. I'm then going to factor x to the 4th minus 64. So 2, x to the 4th minus 64 factors 2. x squared plus 8 and x squared minus 8. Now I'm checking, do I have the difference of two squares? And I have x squared plus 8. Well, that has a plus sign, so that's not the difference of 2 squared. And now I have x squared minus 8. So, well, x squared is a perfect square, but 8 is not a perfect square. So that is not the difference of two squares, so you cannot factor more. And now question C. So we have 5x to the fourth minus 80. We'll take out the greatest common factor of 5. And we're left with x to the fourth minus 16. Now I'm going to factor the x to the fourth minus 16 to x squared plus 4 and x squared minus 4. Now x squared plus 4 is not the difference of two squares. That cannot be factored more, but x squared minus 4 can be. That, remember, is the difference of two squares because the first term is a perfect square, the second term is a perfect square, and it has that subtraction. So that factors to 5x squared plus 4, and that's multiplied by x plus 2 multiplied by x minus 2. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Have a wonderful day. Have a good night.